G'day guys, welcome back. Here's another quick update on what I've been doing lately. I haven't been making videos lately for a simple reason that I'm extremely busy. My wife's changing jobs. She's not getting paid for 3 months, so I have to take up the slack and do extra classes. So I've been working hard and covering that aspect, but I've still been playing Valheim. Also, we've just got news. We've just got a new update from Top Blitz that the what's it called, Medieval, the Wild West is. They've just released a new trailer. So if you haven't seen that, go check that one out. Looks great. If you haven't liked and subscribed to this video, make sure you do that. It helps with the algorithm. I've been monetized and then I got cancelled because of a couple of videos, but they don't. YouTube doesn't say what videos, whatever. But anyway, so I've got to that point, but thanks to your support, let's just keep going. Also looking forward to Sengoku Dynasty, which is coming out in the next couple of months, which is going to be a game that I'm really going to focus on. But this game here, I really fell in love with. It's just an all-round amazing game. It's got everything that anyone would possibly want in a game. It's got adventure, it's got building, it's got strategy, it's got preparation. I just can't I just can't talk too much about this game, or talk this game up too much, because if you haven't played this game, this is the best $8 game you'll ever buy in your life. And I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours on this now, and I'm still interested. So let's have a look. Last time we did a base. I've extended out the walls, we put the moat and all that sort of stuff, and we got into automatic breeding. So let's go have a look at what's changed, which is quite a lot. So I've started building my own little castle on the left side here. So that's going to be my own personal tower and keep. We still have the main hall, but all the bedrooms and everything off the back have been taken down. I've started to stone everything to make it more secure. But again, the preparation and the time it takes to get all the materials and everything to this point is, like I said, it's hours and hours. I've built a new workshop. I've taken the workshop out of the hall, and now we have our own dedicated workshop. We've got our forges, and we've also got our own dedicated storage here. Again, it takes so long to do all this sort of stuff, but it's so important that you know where everything is, where everything is not. Let's go inside. So again, the hall is pretty much the same. I've just extended out the kitchen. Eventually the hall's going to go all the way to the water, and so it's going to be about twice as big as this. I've already started putting the foundations for it. Again, we're starting to clean up all our inventory because there's so much. This game has so much planning and so many things and so much a progression that you need to keep a track of, and if you don't know what's going on, it can get super overwhelming super quickly. So I'm slowly replacing all this and changing it into this. Like I said, I've fixed up all my kitchen area, so now we can cook multiple items. I still have lots and lots of portals inside. These portals are the ones that I'm using at the moment. So these are ones that I'm using to go get resources, that sort of stuff. Whereas the other ones here, so I built a downstairs. So these are the more permanent ones that to get me into the worlds where I want to go. I've labelled them all. Also, the idea is after I get rid of these portals, I can stick all the improvements. So under here, under the workbench, So these improvements that go on here, I'm going to stick them underground, so they still work even though that they're underground. So I'll just end up with a workbench here, and I'll fill it out with more storage. Same with the forge. All these extra improvements can all go under the ground. So that's the plan with the subway. I've advanced into the metal age, not just silver, not just iron, but also into the dark metal. So that's taken me into the plains. Everything's working really well here in the fort. This big wall that goes all the way around has kept everything out, so it doesn't matter what event happens. The kids have started building their own castle here, so they've been stuffing around, having a bit of fun, trying new things, putting new furniture. I don't think they want to go any further than this. I think they're going to put a jacuzzi here and then put a roof on top. Again, this is a game where an old man like me can play, and my two little girls can also have fun just by, you know, decorating or just playing with the game, with the building. So the hall's going to go all the way up to here. So like I said, I've done the foundations here. So that hall will extend all the way out to here, and then we'll go down and there will be a dock and a fishing area. I've cleaned up the way out of our little lake here so we can get to the ocean. So eventually we'll have all our boats and everything down here. But again, everything takes time in this game, just like every other game. So we'll just go have a quick look at my area. So I've got an idea to have like a throne room. So you come over the bridge, you come straight over here. This farmland is only convenience at the moment. This will all be stone at some point, and the farm will be moved somewhere else. You come in, you've got your throne. I'm just playing around with different ideas at the moment. Couple of, you know, things up on top here. There'll be a feasting table. I've got the fireplace here with our lox meat. So this is what this area is going to look like, and then there's a secret area that we can go through the banner there, and this will end up being my bedroom. Again, it takes a long time to get to this point, so this will have a big rotunda roof on top. I've got a veranda here so that I'll be able to look over everything, see the trolls coming, so look over our dockyard. So this will all be filled in at some point, hopefully in the next 2 weeks or something. Also, I've got a fireplace here, so this will fill out, and then I can put in my bed, and another little veranda is going to go out there so I can look out the front. Alright, so that's what's changed in the base. A couple other little things. We'll talk about the pigs. So I've just been doing stoning out the pigs to make it look more like a tower. What do I have on me? Got them. Alright, so now we can go up and have the pigs. Now the pigs automation has been working perfectly. I have done very little to these guys. They just seem to keep producing and producing, but I did change a couple of things just the other day. I used to have, well, I can show you. I used to have the wood there, and the only thing that I could throw out was carrots. It worked perfectly for carrots. So here, my first board, that's for carrots. But if I threw anything else, it wouldn't hit or it wouldn't land right. So now what I did was I left all that there, and then I just went across the top like that, and I just thought, well, I wonder if the pigs can get underneath here, and they can't. So now everything is open, so basically I can chuck any food. Do I have any turnips? Yes, I do. So now if I want to chuck a turnip, which is turnips are a lot easier to grow than carrots, and it doesn't really matter where you throw it. If you throw it in the middle, if you don't throw it in the middle, the pigs seem to eat. Well, he didn't eat that time, but that's because he's happy. Alright, so just opening up this whole area, you can chuck out any of the pig food from here. So I've measured it out, so you just run up to it, and carrots, turnips, whatever, onions, whatever you want to feed them. So they are going gangbusters. Now the key to this game is preparation, and pigs and carrots are just essential items. So as you can see, I've got my moat down here, and the pigs drop their babies down here, and I'm using my moat as the nursery. Now you can see I've also got wolves here, so we can go up and have a look up there next. But so these guys just keep producing pigs, and I'll come down and have a cull and get 40-50 meat, and the meat feeds not only us, but it also feeds the wolves. So these guys, like I said, just keep dropping babies down. They don't know when to stop because they're 6 meters down into the moat. So as soon as they drop down a baby, they start making love again. So that is working absolutely fantastic. Now I haven't had the same success with the wolves. The wolves have been a little bit more finicky. So I'm going to redo this again. So this guy works great, this one doesn't. If I change this over to this side, he looks that way. If I put it to this side, he looks this way. So I don't know why he always wants to go to the opposite direction. And sometimes if he goes to the opposite direction, she does as well. So it can also stuff up her. So I'm going to change this. There's another baby. I have to redo all this anyway because I want it to look more like that one, like a built-in. But the idea of just having the wolves here is that the wolves get dropped down with the pigs, and if anything gets in the moat, the wolves will protect the pigs. Because sometimes you might just have one skeleton come in, and if you've only got pigs, they'll just wipe out all of your pigs, and sometimes you don't get the meat back. Anyway, it's night time now. We'll come back and we'll have a look at some of the other areas of my base. Alright, so it's morning time now. So you can see we've added another 6 or 7 pigs just since having a sleep. So like I said, these guys can all be culled, and we'll get the wolf meat and we get the pig meat as well as the leather and all the things that we need. The farming is going well. As soon as you get a couple of seeds, make sure you plant them and then just keep reproducing them. Make sure that you always put down half of whatever you take, you put back to get your seeds. You always double, and at some point you just keep getting to a point where you have so many seeds that you don't know what to do with, which is the point, because at some point I'm going to get chickens, and chickens eat the seeds. So let's go have a look at my other automation. Again, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not working. So I've kind of doubled up. So initially I had little fires, but the goblins or the whatever grey wolves or whatever, they just bash them out. So now I've got a bigger fire. So I've got these 2 fires. So underneath the greyling spawn point. So you've got to dig out underneath. First you've got to catch 3 of them, and then you can start digging out all the way underneath. So you can see this guy, he's just burning to death, which is great. I'll fix my fires. He just hit me. So while you're here, these guys just spawn out and they just keep dropping all the stuff that you need. Wood, stone, that sort of stuff. But you do have to be in the area for this to happen. But the problem with the fire is when it rains, the fires go out and then they will just destroy the fireplace. So what I've been doing is I've also integrated a wolf breeder up here. Now I don't know where all my wolves are at the moment, maybe because they don't have any food and I don't have anything to give them. But if I came here and I feed them, they'll start producing babies, and then the wolf, they grow up and then they run around, and then they will actually go into the pit by themselves, and then they get stuck in there as well. So you end up with a situation where you've got wolves, you're getting your wolf meat because the greylings will kill the wolves. You get everything that you want, and you get everything that we get from the greylings. As you can see, I've got a pit out the back that I throw all the crap that I don't want, but it's always handy to have just in case you do need resin or you need something and you're going, oh my god, I threw that out. No, you didn't. It's in the pit out the back. But this thing will just keep producing. Make sure you just keep your fireplace going, and make sure it's got wood. Make sure that it's repaired. No problems. But here again, we can see how important. I've got another farm down here. This is all my seeds. So I've got carrots and turnip seeds there. But you just feed these guys, and they'll just keep producing wolves, and they'll help you. Instead of having to cut down trees, you just let them do all the work for you. A lot of the times I go AFK, so if I'm working, if I've got a class, I'll just turn off the sound on the game and stand there and just let the wolves keep killing, and when I finish the class, I open up the game again, take everything, close it down again. So I also have another farming area. This one's a little bit different again. So I've got into the plains now. Plains is extremely difficult. If you haven't played this game, it's almost impossible, the plains. So I was extremely lucky and extremely unlucky at the same time. So when I first arrived in the plains, I was over. See if I can see my base. It's a bit foggy. Just check, because there. Well, you can see why this place is so dangerous. There's mosquitoes everywhere. Alright, so if you look up there, you can see my first base. So I landed on the coast there and was killed immediately by mosquitoes and goblins and everything else. And I lost about 5 boats trying to get back in building that base there, just so I could explore this first plane, because this is the first plane that I explored. And there was nothing. So I walked all the way around here. There's nothing. There's no goblins. There's nothing. So I was lucky and unlucky. And I'll tell you why I was lucky. Because while I was here, I actually got to this castle. And I cleaned out this castle. And there was a big rock pile here. So I was actually just digging away at the rock pile, as you can see here, and I'm right next to an the ice mountain, and I got attacked by 2 wolves while I was digging in the hole, and they both jumped in, and I jumped out, and I caught 2 star 1 wolves. So these were the star 1 wolves. I've never seen a star 2 wolf, but I was lucky enough to get two of them in one go, and I wasn't even hunting for them. I didn't even have the equipment to go into the mountains. I was just sitting here and they attacked me. And I caught them and I tamed them. Took a long time. Took about 3 in-game days, but I got them. And then I built that up on top. So now these guys, whenever I feed them, just pump out star 1 pups. And these guys just wander around like my security agents now. So they're all the way through with my trenches. I come here. I don't feed them. I don't do anything like that. I'll come here and sometimes there's like money. So here's some teeth. So obviously a couple of them have died. But sometimes I come through here, I get black metal, I get money. There's a goblin, a tar. There's a tar pit just down here. Sometimes the tar, whatever they're called, the black blob things, they come up here, they get stuck in here, the wolves clean them up. So I just keep producing them, and they also kill the mosquitoes. So if I'm here farming, you know, and I'm not watching, and the mosquito, you can tell because the wolves go crazy. Now I also have the locks. So I was lucky enough to get two of the locks here. They're breeding away at the moment. There's Fred and Wilma. Again, they don't breed very quickly, but it's a hell of a lot easier breeding them than it is killing them. So this is the plains base, and all this barley and flax you can only grow here. So this is where I'm getting my flax and my barley after I've raided the goblins or the foolings place. We've also got some onions and turnips. I've also got carrot seeds here, just in case you get stupid and you use everything, so you don't have to go back and find it again. So this is the plains base, and let's keep going. So here we are in the swamp. So this is one of these buildings that was existing, and it was an absolute nightmare to try to get in here on a boat. As you can I still got a grave sitting out there that I haven't collected, and I'm not going to collect. I've got about the 20 that underneath, but this was an existing house just next to the swamp that we decided to land on, and it took a long time just to try to secure this base. But now I use this to come and try to get these guys, get the entrails. So this is farming now. We also have the leeches here. So if I want my blood bags, this is a really nice safe place that I can come and get my entrails. We've got a couple of little bases like this, but you can see, like, you can just pick them off. I've cleared away all the trees so that we don't have any problems. So normally there's about 5 or 6 leeches that I can just come in and farm all the time. So let's go have a look. And it's like it's not the swamp, it's just right on the edge of the swamp, but we've got a good, oh, there's a leech there. So this is where I come to get the leeches. So yeah, normally there's 6 of them here if I just wait a couple of days, if I'm a decent shot. But anyway, I'll come back and get them later. But let's go have a look at our next swamp base. Alright, so this one is bone mass. Okay, so this is the 3rd boss that you have to kill. So I found this, and it's quite an easy boss, this one. There's a lot of shit going on around him, but I just built a big tree house here. So he can't touch me up here. Nothing, the abomination can't touch me. The leeches can't touch me. Nothing can touch me. The blobs can't get me. The ooze can't get me. So I can just sit up here and pick them off all I like. It did take a bit of trial and error to get the base up here, but once you put a portal up here, it's up here forever. I can come back and kill Bone Mass if I want. I forget what it gives you. It gives you something that I don't remember anymore. But basically I summoned him, jumped up on here, and just sat here with bows and arrows. Got him down to nothing, and then went down and bashed him. So he was a pretty easy boss. You can see over there we've got the crypts. So I've already cleaned that one out. So that's where we get our iron from. There's no more crypts here. I've got an abomination here if I want to kill it. Like I said, he can't touch me. I can just sit up here all day and take him out. He'll just, if I want to, I can just spend time farming him if I want to get the armor. So this is another swamp base. We also need the guck. Where's the guck? This green shit over there. Alright, so you need that as well. So it's a good little base just to come and farm. Alright, so this is one of my favourite portals. This is the Surtling farming. So Surtling cores is what you need to make the portals. Generally you get them from skeleton caves. But once you get further out into the map, you'll get to a point where you've got swamps like this, and those fire monster things, whatever the hell they're called, Surtling monsters. You can see them over here. There's another fire pit over there. Initially I landed on that side. So can we see that? If you can't see it there, but now you might be able to. I used to have my portal on top of that one, but there's no other crypts on that side. I checked it all. So I cleaned out that one, and then I built a little raft, and then I came over here, and then I put my portal on top of this one. Now this one is probably one of the best ideas I've seen. So you've just got to build your workbench, and then quickly build a ladder, destroy that, get up on top, and then build your portal, and then build another. You could really build a whole base on top of these crypts, and it doesn't matter what comes over here. You've got abominations, you can have anything except for wraiths. Wraiths at night time, like now, can actually kill you, but the abomination can be standing right beside you and they can't destroy your portal, and nothing can get up here. So that's always a good thing if you're in the swamps, because it's dangerous. You go in the crypts here, you take your iron. There's lots of dragers and lots of blobs and stuff in there. I've still got another crypt over there that I haven't touched yet. So when I need iron, I'm going over there. I think there's another 2 over here somewhere. But I like this one because I'm right next to a Surtling core. So there's one in the water. So I just picked that one up. And you also get coal. So for doing nothing except for just going through that portal, I automatically picked up 2 Surtling cores, which means I can make another portal. So this is one of my favorites, not only because it gets iron, need energy, you get iron, you get all the good stuff, sausages, you make all the good stuff out of the swamp, you get ancient bark. Alright, so very important in this game, you cannot transport through a portal any metal items, or metal basics. So you can't do metal ore and you can't do metal ingots. You can move like the weapons and everything through the portal, but you can't do any of that. So where am I on the map now? So if I needed to get metal all the way home, Where's my home? Here. So if I wanted to get all the metal and everything from out of these swamps, I would have to sail all the way back and hopefully not die. Because if I died in the middle of the ocean, I'll lose all my metal. So what you can do, so let's have a look at an example. So let's use my grey dwarf eyes. Let's say that I can't take them through the portal, but I want to get them home. So what you do is you stand in front of your box, you log out, and then you can start a new world on a new server. So here I am. So I just logged out and now I can start my other server, which is metal. So I can start that one up. And the good thing about this is that everything that you have on you goes into the new world. Yeah. So just bear with me because it takes a bit of mental thought to what's going on here. So whatever's on your body now can get transferred to another world. So when I arrive in Metal 1, I'll arrive at the first starting place because I haven't explored this world at all. But this can be used in other ways as well. So when you do this first, just make sure you've got enough wood. You've got 10 wood to set up a crafting table and also an axe, so that you need another 10 to set up a box. So we want to move this into there. So now our grayling eyes are in the other world and everything else is still on us. So if I log out again and go back to my original world, the grayling eyes are not going to be on my inventory. They're still in that world. So imagine that we're doing this, but we're doing it with metal. Now, it takes a bit of time, but when you do it, make sure you do it with 200 iron or whatever, and because there's no weight restriction because you're standing right in front of the box. So you pick it all up, log out, go to the new world, drop it into the box, go back to your original world. So here we are, we're back in the real world, my world, and I'll go back home. And now imagine, instead of grey wolf eyes, we're transporting 200 iron. So now I don't have it on my inventory. I can go up and I can stand in front of my forge, and let's say I want to put it in here. So I get to this point, like I said, now we log out again and we go back to the other world. Alright, so here we are back in the other world, and if we open our box, here's our grey dwarf eye, so we can put that in our own inventory, and we log out and go back to the other world. Okay, so here I'm back again. So that took a total of about 4 minutes, and I've got my eyes on me, and now I can just put them in my box. So you can imagine that if you've got 3, 4, 5, 600 kilos of metal, you don't have to go through the portal. I know it's a pain in the ass to go from world to world, but if you organize yourself and you have yourself set up with different portals, so you'll see on my map that I've marked, you'll see how many times you die in this game as well. So I'll clean them up, but my latest one is down here. So you'll see here I've got 65 black, which means I've got 65 black metal sitting next to that portal. I've got 15 black there, 35 there. So what I'll do is I'll pick up the 35, move it to there, and then I'll go jump between portals and move everything back to the other world. And then it just saves you so much, because you can imagine that if you're over here and you've got all your iron here and you've got to sail all the way through there, so much can happen in this time that you just die and you lose everything. So it's a pain in the ass, but that's the best way to do it. Alright, so I've improved dramatically in technology. So last time I was barely at iron. I was struggling to get through the crypts. So I've gone on to silver. So let's go have a look at the mountains. Alright, so here we are in the mountains. And again, an extremely dangerous biome if you're not prepared. First you need your wolf cape. If you don't have your wolf cape, you've got to have your frost resistant mead. I built this little wall here. I was really lucky to find this really level place. Actually, it was a castle. So I destroyed it and it's lovely and level, and I think it's going to be a nice place. There's a drake over there and there's a golem down there. So let's see if we can get him. No. Anyway, I think it's going to be a nice place for a base that we can look out straight over the edge of a cliff, and we can look over the plains, and we can also look over the water. I've only killed one golem. I locked him in up here. Terrible shooting. So he followed me down here, and while he ran down here and he kind of glitched out a bit, so I just built up the thing there and he was stuck here. So I just sat there with my bows and arrows and took about 50 goes to kill him. Let's see if we can get this drake. It keeps moving. Why is that not hitting? Anyway, so most important thing here is to make yourself as safe as possible, because as soon as the shit hits the fan, it hits the fan real quick. So if you get one wolf on you, you get two wolves on you, you're basically dead. So make sure you set up your base so that you can always go back and get your stuff. I don't have any food on me for some reason. Oh, I've got some thing. Again, food is so important in this game. Stamina and health. Actually, I do. I've got a golem stuck in here. Alright, so same thing. I'd already started mining for silver. So I just walked him in there. He's not very happy, but he'll just keep doing that and getting me stone whenever I want. I've already started mining all the silver out of this area. If I want to, I can kill him. I don't want to kill him. He seems to keep all the wolves away. Whenever I'm in this area, there's no wolves. There's normally one there. There's a drake up there. I'm out of arrows. But yeah, he's been stuck there since I've been coming here. You also get obsidian out of here. And also there's caves. There's a cave up there. If you can have a look up there, you get crystal and you get stuff called fenring hair. So this is the mountain biome. Very dangerous. Make sure you're well prepared. And if you're doing this solo, don't be in here at night time, because there's also werewolves as well. But yeah, just take it really easy. I like to use like the portal step system. So I set myself up one portal, and then I try to move a kilometer further, set up another portal, so that if I die, that I've always got a backup plan. If you pick up your portal and move it, like if I pick up this portal now, if I destroyed that and I wanted to move it over to the top of that hill over there, I'll guarantee you I'll get murdered. The game knows what you're doing, and it will send out every single thing to try and kill you, and it does it all the time. Also, this game, as soon as you die, everything goes bad real quick. you'll lose everything, and then you'll go back to try to get your stuff, you'll die again. You get all your other stuff and go back and you'll die again, and you die 7 times, and then you'll get back here, you've got no food, you've got no weapons, you've got no bows, you've got no arrows, you've got nothing, and then you'll get attacked by a horde. That's what this game is all about. The algorithm knows exactly what's going on. So there we go. So I hope you like my new update on the base. If you've got any suggestions about what I could be doing, I know the farming has got to move, but eventually I want all this enclosed in stone. Again, it takes time, particularly when I do it by myself, but when the kids help, it's always a lot better. I've got to fix up that wolf station and make another tower like this. Increase my tower up, and also I'm going to put like a ramparts all the way around. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope it's not too long a video, but thanks for your support, and make sure you give it a like and a subscribe. If you haven't played this game, make sure you play it. It's, like I said, it's the best $8 you'll ever spend in your life, and probably the end of your marriage. But also, like I said, we've got Wild West Dynasty coming up, so I'll be dedicating a lot of videos onto that one, and also one of my favorite videos, one of my favorite games that I'm looking forward to is Sengoku Dynasty, which I will be playing. But for the meantime, this game is licking all my itches. Anyway, so good luck, safe skies, and we'll see you in the next one. Catch you then.